understanding and compassion too, though. But when you look for that stuff, I mean, I think it's invaluable because you could have a situation where here's a young person who can't communicate, and an officer thinks this kid is just not showing any respect. He's not talking to me. This kid's starting to really, you know.
Officer Maffeo went to the academy, I think in Time magazine, about that week that she was actually going to teach. She showed me an article, and I just looked at the clipping of the kid on the front page, and immediately. It looked like, you know, you think of the autistic kid, the little 3-year-old. This was a grown man. He was, I think, 19 or 20. It looked like a mugshot. And I actually said, oh, what happened there? And she said this was a case where a kid was waiting for his brother outside, and the officers approached him. He wasn't responsive. He was kind of rocking.
Oh,
they ended up, I believe, macing him, breaking his jaw. This wasn't in Boston, but this was the awareness, and they found out the kid was autistic.
Right.
So when she went in, I said, show that picture to the recruits.
Absolutely.
Say, this is the call at 3 o'clock in the morning.
This is what could happen.
And it's just that awareness that it affects everyone. You can't like really pinpoint what the person looks like, the age, the, you know, the race, and just bringing that level of awareness, I think, equips our officers to just, you know, approach scenes and just have that level, you know, like you said, that compassion. And really think of the call when they go to it more than just directly with
one more thing to think about. This could be something else. Wait a second. Something about the situation that resonates. Oh, yeah, you know, Michelle was at the academy. This could be a situation where we have a kid dealing with autism or what have you. How does it work?
How does it work? Well,
for the person at home watching, they're like, and the feedback, just being up in media relations, I get half a dozen calls, people calling this a godsend. Which I thought was cool. I'm like,
very cool.
I'm like, all right, Michelle knows what she's on to. But I mean, of course, this is going to be for them a godsend to know that if their loved one is out and about. We've taken some extra steps to make sure that things go.
It's awareness.
Awareness. But so, if somebody at home watching the show wants to sign up their loved one, what do they do? What's the process?
Well, if they want to sign up, they could go to bpdnews.com, and they could get a copy of the brochure as well as the release. And
bpdnews.com, you can see at the bottom of your screen right there, as well as a phone number, 343-6503. But bpdnews.com, I checked it before tonight's show. I got a lot of good information there, so continue. So they start off there.
So they start off there, and they get a copy of the release. And from there, they could, we have, at this time, we do not have a registration event scheduled. But what they can do is they could fill out a copy of the release, give the phone number a call, and we'll try to make a time that's convenient for them. And, you know, we'll go to them. And because we have to get a picture of the person they're enrolling.
Wow. So, because I'm thinking to myself, they got to come to the station, but they could either come to the station or you're going to go to them.
We'll go to them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, I like this program even more. So I'm at home. Let's say, just for an example purpose, I have a son or daughter with autism. You come to the house. What do I need to have?
Well, what do you need to have? You have to know about your child.
Okay.
I mean, there's no more to it than that. You have to be able to just give, the demographics, the biographical physical description, all that. Emergency contacts that you want involved. There could be people in the community that they'll be out with. So if that is somebody that you want to have down there as well, just basically all the information about your son, daughter, or loved one.
History of running, where he or she may go, where they might end up.
If they've run in the past and it's been an incident in Boston.
Of that. That's another thing. If you want to just mention how we're going to keep track of all the incidents. That's part of one of the unique things about the program is we're going to keep track of that. So kind of when you get the call, the parent's frantic, they're not really thinking, and the officer's asking, we're going to have a snapshot of all the places in the past.
Okay.
Which a lot of times they tend to run to the same, there's familiar spots that they go, and there's also like different traits, like she said, that the officer might see, like he might be, you might need to use the PEC cards.
Yep.
If you want to just explain what that is.
What is that? A PEC card?
PECs is a form of communication that some children may use, and it's a picture exchange communication.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So it's basically they're little universal pictures that they might use, and they have them on iPhones now, and there's different apps. So, but in the release form, what do you say
with the PEC card? Like, I'm here to help, or
he or she could say that I'm here to help through his. Well, I need help, possibly first, or the officers were hoping to have them in the cruises at some point, and they would be able to point, to different, I need help, or hospital, or home, and Or, you know, it
Wow.
could be
We're gonna
just,
be getting
I
those in
mean,
the cruises.
That's
I'm sure
awesome.
That's something that the...
could just be written notes.
Absolutely.
It could be, you know, it could be any form of communication, but you will know that by, you know, by looking at the form. The offices, you know, just will see how to communicate with that person.
So you sit down with the parents,
Yes.
and you basically say to them, listen, we're going to take all this information, we're going to put it in a database, so that if in the event one of our officers comes across your loved one, we've got this information, they have this information at their disposal. In order of importance, I'm imagining a picture would be pretty important.
Yes, and that's why that person needs to be at, when we do the release,
Okay.
that person has to be there so we can take a photo. And then,
So you're going to show up, you're showing up with the camera, you're taking the photo?
yes. And then from there,
Pretty good, pretty darn good, I like this.
It will be updated yearly. And any new information, if they've gone to a new school, or if it's, you know, an elder, if they're now maybe possibly in a nursing home, or some, all that information will be updated on a yearly basis, or if needed to, before that. But.
And ideally, again, so in a case where a child or loved one wanders off, all this information is there. The picture, I think, is most important, because I know when we have missing persons, what have you, the first question, assuming media get involved, what's the person look like? And it's like, well, I got to track down a picture. Let's see if we can get a picture, and that takes time sometimes.
Absolutely takes time, and you're nervous, and you don't know where the best picture is to get it out there, and there's, you know, there's tons of stress going on where it's, you know, he doesn't understand the danger.
Yeah, especially times in
the winter.
And maybe you can speak to that. Has that happened with you? Has Maddie wandered off, or have you had that, or?
I can say, thankfully, he has
Knock on wood.
not gotten. No.
Okay.
He tries to get that door open to go, and you know he's on a little mission, but no, he hasn't. Thank God, he hasn't.
People can relate to that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, my God, and even speak to it. And again, this, I mean, for you, obviously, it was your experience with your son, but this isn't just for kids with autism. This is also for, you know, again, elderly folks with Alzheimer's, people have a tendency to wander, and who may not be able to communicate effectively enough to get to the help that they need.
Yeah, it's developmental disabilities. So, you know, if the parent feels that, you know, they need to be signed up in this for a specific reason, then definitely. Yeah. Then nobody's going to be turned away.
Right.
Because it's...
your kid doesn't seem to bad.
No, absolutely not.
If you've got a concern and we can help you in any way, by all means.
And in each area, each district, we're going to have also, so the officers, once again, are aware of the people in their community, and the people that are signed up will also have, kind of like I said, like a snapshot of photos, something that can be in the cruiser also. So once again, when they wander away before the phone call happens, they kind of just see, they know Johnny. Yeah. That's, you know, a couple streets over. Yeah. And they are able to communicate and bring them home before, you know, the parents, a lot of times, they wander away before the, you know, the parents even notice that. So it's that level of awareness of just really getting the officers to really know who's in their community.
How much do you like this program?
It's one of the best programs. Like I said, I was so proud that, you know, we have, she had a vision, you know, about 1.5 years ago, and she's really put a lot of hard work. We also had Jen McConaughey, who wasn't here, but she does a lot behind the scenes that these two, and the support of, like I said, Superintendent Fitz, Superintendent Evans, Commissioner Davis, and the mayor, just the support to push this all a long way to get what we have. I think it's tremendous.
Well, what I love, it always seems like we're getting ideas from other places. And seriously, I couldn't be more psyched to see. It makes sense. It's common sense stuff. But for that solution, for you to find that solution, for it to come from you, Michelle, for it to be something internal, and just to make so much sense, it's like, you know what, absolutely, that is something we should be doing. And to have that mechanism in place, I mean, I'm going to ask you the question you probably don't want to answer, but you got to feel pretty good about seeing something take off as well as it did, and to know that at the end of the day, this is going to make a difference and make a lot of people feel like, okay, if something happens,
we're going to be there.
We're going to be there.
We're going to be there, and we're going to, you know, it's hopefully it will take some stress off of, you know, the parents and, you know, and loved ones that say, okay, you know what, they do know, you know.
Exactly. They are aware of what we're going through. They are aware that this isn't your normal everyday situation. Anybody say anything to you in particular after Friday's press conference that made you say, yeah, you know what?
Well, I was extremely proud with not only the mayor's support, but the commissioner's support, and I'm extremely proud of this program. So,
we're showing you. We're going to say goodnight in a little bit, but we're showing you the press conference on Friday. For those who didn't see it, Michelle Maffeo did a pretty darn good job. She said she was nervous, but you couldn't tell. How did you feel?
I was nervous. I was nervous. I was nervous and relieved when it was over. And but again, I'm truly proud, and I just hope this program helps people. It helps, just relieve some stress.
When we've gone to meetings in Area E before when the idea, and we were just kind of telling people about it. The feedback we got, Matt O'Malley's office, Conley's office, the support of the city councilors, it's been unreal. And this was just when the idea, when I have people at the baseball game going up to me and saying, thank you for having this idea and this, this program. So it just means a lot when people come up on the street and say,
when we show them, we get it. All right, final thought for you, then we say goodnight to the person at home watching the show who's, I'm not really sure if I should call. Why should they pick up the phone or go to our website to get more information about this?
Oh, absolutely. It's a free and voluntary program for the City of Boston residents, and they should just pick up the phone if they have any questions. Absolutely. Give us a call. I will return your call as soon as I can, and as well as you shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. It's a good program. We just, we want to just get out there and help and meet kids in our neighborhood.
Yeah, not good. I think great. I'm going to give it a great program.
Oh, thanks.
Officer Maffeo, Deputy Baston.
Thank you so much.
That show went really well. That's what happens when you bring good guests in. All right, it's called Operation North Star. Again, folks, for more information, please go to bpdnews.com. And again, I want to thank tonight's guest, Michelle Maffeo, Deputy Baston. And thank you for watching. Till next week, have a great week and be safe, everybody. Good night.